sweating eyes. Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time. We already on the way. Better get themselves in line. Thought I told you we don't play.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have Bugsy Malone, the United Kingdom rapper. But how good of a boxer is he? We're about to find out. And he'll be taking on Smokin' Joe Frazier. Only 6 feet tall even, 229 pounds, but he hits harder than any man alive.
Nobody knows who's gonna...
Bugsy Malone.
This bout is scheduled.
The fans are ready. Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. Swing and a miss with the jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That jab doesn't score. He threw a punch and just got countered. Maybe I'm crazy, Johnny, but this slugger's game plan appears to be hit me in the face as many times as you want, and right when you get tired of it, I'm going to catch you with a counter and knock you out.
Sluggers are an absolute nightmare. They will stay in your face, not give you a breather, not step back when you think, all right, let's have a breather. They want to get stuck right in.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That jab misses. Unlucky to miss with that jab. The jab doesn't quite connect. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Malone in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to... Here we go. It's round 2. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on there. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You fight the swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Catch and shoot. Goes the jab, but does not score. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Punch, counter punch. You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. Good counter punching. They both want the knockout. There's a counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Malone in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. There's the bell to start round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Swing and a miss with that hook. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. That hook won't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Malone in that last round. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Lucky to have avoided that uppercut. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That left hook won't score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. They got out of the way of that right hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Malone in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
I've been in fights like that.
Time for the 5th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Incredible work rate. They exchange punches. Frazier is in trouble again. Never count out Smoking Joe Frazier.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Big shot. Down goes Frazier. And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Where did that come from? What a shot. One, two, three, four. Come to me.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Doing good. Same again. Don't change too much. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching.
On to the 6th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. Is how you are going to deal with this.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. A perfect counter shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You gotta hope they run out of steam.
Just missed with that hook. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice defense there to stop the right hook. The build up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1. Whoa, wait a minute! And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. At some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. You know this corner right there. Whoa, wait a minute! What a shot! And you saw the balance go. The knee. Let's talk about Malone in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Nice one. Good round. I like that. Happy. I don't want to love.
And there's the bell for round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Lucky that hook didn't score. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Those counter punches have to hurt. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger zone.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Straight right just misses. Stamina is off the charts. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Malone in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape. Round 8, and we're off again. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
His stamina is off the charts. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
And you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate.
Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Malone in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym. And there's the bell for round 9. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Beautiful counter shot. Couldn't land that jab. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
So much for boxing. Hold that thought! All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the making. And right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Holding nothing back here in the round. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. And Bugsy Malone goes down. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
Let's talk about Malone in that. There's the bell to start round 10. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Beautiful counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brain.
Their vision is being impaired, no doubt about it, but is the referee going to stop it here? And he will stop it. TKO winner, a mercy stoppage there from the referee.
I was getting a little anxious there. These are career-ending fights.
Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
Just like another like TKO, it's Teddy Pendergrass over. TKO is spot on.